Hi, so Comic Book Junkie is having a competition for his 100th subscriber, and it's a really good idea for a video, so it's inspired me to make it. He wants to know the top 10 villain first appearance comic books that people own. So here's mine. Number 10, a book I've already talked about before in one of my videos. This is Marvel Team Up number 65, and it's first US appearance of Captain Britain, but it's also the first appearance in Marvel Comics of the villain Arcade. It's one of my favourites. I love Arcade. He's a ridiculous villain, but that's his first appearance. Then we have Avengers number 196, and it's the first appearance of Taskmaster. Taskmaster is a great villain. I love his ability to instantly copy anyone's fighting style. So he goes up against the likes of Captain America, and because he's studied their fighting technique, he's just as good as them. So that's Taskmaster. Then number 8, we have a character that first became known to me from the X-Men TV series. This is first appearance of Omega Red, and it is the X-Men number 4. Some great art in this from Jim Lee, but Omega Red, great villain, and really cheap actually. You can pick this up for next to nothing at the moment. That's his first appearance. Then we have a pretty hot topic at the moment with the new movie coming up. This is Captain America Bloodstone, Part 3, Captain America number 359, and this is first appearance of Crossbones, character I first came into contact with during the Winter Soldier comic books. He takes a pot shot at Captain America at the grave. It's a great story, this Bloodstone, as well. If you haven't read this, pick this one up. That's first appearance of Crossbones. The only DC first appearance that appears in my collection. DC first appearances are so difficult. Their characters have been on the go since the 40s, so it's really hard to pick them up at reasonable prices. This actually is one of my favourite villains, and it's from the Kevin Smith run, and it's drawn by Phil Hester, and it's the villain Onomatopoeia. He doesn't speak at all, he just mimics sound, and that's why you'll never see him in a TV show like Arrow or something like that, unfortunately. It's just too difficult to do with live action, but he is a fantastic villain. If you haven't read Kevin Smith's run on Green Arrow, or Batman Cacophony, where he also pops up, well worth checking it out. This is his first full appearance, and it's Green Arrow number 13. Another first appearance which is going for pennies at the moment, and I don't know why, another great character from the TV show, the kids TV show X-Men, is Lady Deathstrike. This is her first appearance, Alpha Flight number 33. Again, so cheap to pick this up at the moment, so cheap. I absolutely loved her in the cartoon. She looks a little bit different in this, as characters always do in their first appearance. It's very rare the character looks exactly the same as we come to know them, but she appears for the very first time in this one. This one, my most recent pickup, my wife got this for me when she was in New York. Very apt with the new X-Men movie coming out. This is X Factor number 5, and it's the first appearance of Apocalypse. This is the cameo. He just pops up, I think, in one panel in this, but it's still the first time he makes an appearance. Apocalypse, another great villain, again from the X-Men TV show. That really is what got me into X-Men, watching that TV show. I don't know, the shots I've seen of Apocalypse, they don't really do it for me in the new trailers from the movie. He doesn't look enough like he does in the comic books, but who knows, I'll give it a go, see how it goes. But first appearance, Apocalypse, X Factor number 5. Technically, when she started out, she really wasn't a villain, but definitely she is now. The new Kingpin is Amazing Spider-Man number 194, first appearance of Black Cat, a character I've always loved. I literally tonight only just realised that she is exactly the same as DC's Catwoman. She's a criminal too, steals, thieves, cat burglar essentially. I never realised before just how similar the two characters are. Yeah, it's the same. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun in comics, I suppose. But for me, even over above DC's Catwoman, Felicia Hardy, I think it's the costume and the hair. And that's not from a fashion point of view, gentlemen, you know what I mean. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man number 194, first appearance of Black Cat. And, well, this one. One of my pride and joys. I picked this up in Las Vegas a little while ago. It's a comic I never thought I'd own. I did pay ridiculous money for it, for what I normally pay for comic books. But an absolute classic. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 50, and it is, of course, not only the Spider-Man No More, one of the most iconic scenes in Spider-Man comics where Peter Parker puts the costume in the bin, but it is the first appearance in comic books of the Kingpin. So the Kingpin later on became more of an adversary for Daredevil, but in the beginning he was Spider-Man's adversary. And he's a character I really love. The new Daredevil TV show, Wilson Fisk is played to a T by, is it Vincent D'Onofrio? I can't pronounce it, D'Onofrio, you know who I mean. He's a perfect embodiment of the Kingpin in live action. But this little comic, I don't care about the grading of comics. I'll buy them if they're complete. I'm not buying for financial gain, I'm just buying because I love them. And this comic gives me so much pleasure just to look at it and just to know it's there. Amazing Spider-Man number 50, first appearance of Kingpin. And number 1 in my list of villains. And you may question this as it's a villain or not, but we'll see. It's the only graded comic I own. I bought this graded. It's something I'd like to do more of, but I kind of like having access to the book, so I don't really do it all that often. It is Secret Wars, the original series, and it is number 8, and it is first appearance of black costume Spider-Man. Now, it's Spider-Man, how can it be a villain? Well, as everyone knows, that this is the first appearance of the symbiote, which then went on to become Venom, Carnage, Toxin, any other normal number of Spider-Man villains. And for me, in my collection, this is the number 1 first appearance villain that I have. You might look all friendly and, oh yeah, well look, that's a lovely costume, but as we all know, for poor Peter, it doesn't work out that way. But that would be my number 1 in my collection. I haven't been collecting classic comics for all that long, so I'm happy that I even had 10 villain first appearances, to be honest. Every single one of the books that I've just shown you gives me so much pleasure just to look at. Even if I never take them out of the bag to read them, I have them all in digital versions as well, so I tend to look at those instead of taking them out of the bags and boards. But I'd like to say a big thank you to Comic Book Junkie for giving me the opportunity to make this video. I'm not going to lie, I hope I win the competition. Your prizes are excellent, man. But congratulations, I see you're up to 136 subscribers. So your content's great. I really enjoy it, and I hope to see a lot more videos from you. Thanks very much for the opportunity, and talk to you soon.